but don't put your feet on my shirt. Here, don't put your feet on my shirt.
But sometimes the ink is still wet when they spray the oil on the cards. And then...
Well, hey, so what's going on?
Oh, hey, yeah, it's train day here, and we're just here at the Carpinteria train station, and we're waiting for the train to pick us up and take us out to Santa Barbara.
Right.
Excuse me.
Can we get in?
I think so.
Let's keep going. You know those two right there.
Okay, we're leaving the Carpinteria station, and this is what the train ride looks like.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next station stop in 15 minutes will be Santa Barbara. Santa Barbara, 15 minutes.
Hi. Good. How are you? Good. Do you guys have a crew together? You just kind of randomly on? No, I think I'm like one of the only ones. Okay. From an elected office. That's
Other years we've had just like around. Easy to find them like all over the place.
Yeah, I know. Today it was very like scattered, very small.
I think there is a group of that away.
You got a schedule and everything.
Yeah. So you'll be at the I'll be at the yeah.
And you know David, right?
No, I don't think so.
Hi. She's Doss's staffer for Santa Barbara.
Yeah, their staff. Hey, nice to meet you. Which David are you? David. Okay, yes, I've heard a lot about you. Because there's a few Ventura Davids that I know about, but I never really met anyone.
He's going to be doing some interviews on train day, so if you're interested, he could do a reading with us.
Thanks. Yeah.
Hey, where's your daddy, baby?
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. Have a good afternoon.
So, who are you and what's going on here today?
Well, I'm Dennis Story. I'm chair of Coastal Rail Now. I'm a board member of COAST, Coalition for Sustainable Transportation, and we are at National Train Day 2011 at the Santa Barbara train station.
Thanks. And what's going to happen?
Well, lots of things. If you pan the camera around, you see food on the table, cookies. Kids are going to have a train cookie decorating contest. We're going to have local officials having a press conference. We have KEYT. I have the Independent, the News Press here to cover this event. And I think we're crowded because KEYT did a promo on the news last night of our event.
Keep up the good work, Dennis.
Thank you.
Okay, everyone, we're going to get started here with just a very short program. No singing, no dancing today. Hey, I know what. Hey, kids, come up here for just a second. Come up here with me. Okay, we're going to count to 3, and then we'll take a picture. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. That is the future of transportation, everybody. And a whole bunch of these kids went on the train today and had a wonderful time. I'm Grant House from the Santa Barbara City Council and one of the founding members of the Coalition for Sustainable Transportation. And it's just a real thrill to be here on another one of these great national train days that Coast likes to celebrate every year. I want to introduce a few people. We're just going to have a little bit of remarks and the opportunity for questions. We have today with us Darcel Elliott, who's representing Assembly Member Das Williams' office. She's right over here. I want to thank Das for all of his great support, both on City Council and now as a Assembly Member. Right up here. We also want to thank all these great kids for coming out today and having a great time, and Amtrak for providing these great hats and all these great things. There's a table right over here. Let's see, from Amtrak we have Monica, and she's got these wonderful bags, your shopping bags, and all sorts of odds and ends, little toy trains. It's very exciting that she's here today celebrating with us. And Amtrak is, APCD is represented by Molly Peterson over here. Yay, Molly! Thank you for being here today. Thank you. We want to appreciate Fresco right off the top for providing this wonderful food for us this morning. Omni Fresco. Thank you very much. We get that right. Omni Fresco. We have with us this morning Alex Peugeot, founding member and president of Coast. And we have Dennis Story right next to him, Coastal Rail Now, director on the Coast board. And we have KK Holland here with ASSERT and also with Coast on our staff. I think it'll be a good thing for KK to take just a minute and greet everybody this morning.
Thank you, Grant. Thank you, everyone, for coming out. It's great to be here on Train Day, isn't it? It's wonderful. Well, thank you for coming out in support of rail. I am the project coordinator through Coast for the ASSERT project. We work on regional transportation issues here between Santa Barbara and Ventura counties. And we all know how important transportation is these days with gas prices, environmental issues, everything else. So Coast also does quite a bit of work around sustainable communities and the walking programs, Santa Barbara Walks. We do a lot of really important work around safety and also accessible, affordable, and just transportation. So we're thrilled to have you here today, and I'd like to turn it back over to Grant. Thanks.
Thanks very much, KK. We have Janet Wolf has just joined us from our second district supervisor for the Board of Supervisors. Thank you, Janet. Thank you for coming. Did you want to say a word or two to the folks that are here? Good morning.
Thank you. Sorry I just arrived, but I just have to say, I look at all of you kids, and this must be such an exciting time. And we're so glad that you're here, that you can appreciate what we have in our community. And to all of you who are coming out to celebrate, this is a fantastic time to celebrate rail in our community. And all of those of you who supported Measure A, I'm sure you know that a large piece of that is going to enhance our rail services in Santa Barbara. So thank you for coming. Thanks to all the kids for being up nice and early. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Janet. I hope you get a chance to go right around the corner here after the remarks this morning. The model railroad clubs are here in Santa Barbara. Santa Barbara Society of Model Engineers, the Coast Toy Train Club, and the Gold Coast Garden Railroad Society are represented today by Ken Kelly, Ray Wilson, and Jim Felland. And they have this wonderful representation of the train station with all these models, including, I see the future, an Amtrak Metrolink train. Our Metrolink train. There you go. I really want to appreciate Alex Peugeot for taking the leadership and being with Coast since the very, very beginning. A lot of the things that are happening in transportation and alternative transportation in our community are really the result of the kind of brainstorming, open thinking, innovative thinking that he has employed in partnership with the others, not just on Coast, but the community at large. Alex, why don't you take just a minute and say hi to everybody?
Thank you, Grant. See, transportation is such a difficult world. It seems like a complicated thing. We talk about transportation, but it really means walking, bicycling, taking the bus, and taking the train, and some other things too, like driving your car. But we need to emphasize this other part because, you know, we need to level the playing field. All of these things go together, and when we help one element of the group, we help all of them. Thank you for coming.
Thank you very much, Alex. Did you know that there's a train shop where you can go to see model trains on Milpa Street? At 320 North Milpa Street, Dino's Train Shop. And I saw Dino here just a little bit ago. Where did he go? There he is over there. Go, make sure you get together with that guy because there's a train shop where you can go with your kids and see model trains and actually have a great deal of fun getting that going. Thank you, Dino. Thank you for being here. Lee Moldaver's here also representing the board of the Coalition for Sustainable Transportation. Lee, you've just been a real out there guy and a connector. You are the person who makes connections here in Santa Barbara, and you've just been remarkable at helping us articulate this vision. Do you have a moment to give us a word or two? Yay, Lee!
Okay. First of all, I hope you all appreciate the energy and the bridge building and the innovative insight that Grant House is bringing to the City Council, the way he brought it to the entire community year after year. And with gasoline at $4.25 or $4.50 a gallon, and record tornadoes in the southeast and record floods on the Mississippi that might be related to climate change, the most economical, efficient, environmentally friendly way to help the community is to look at alternatives to one person per car. Rail is an alternative, bicycles, walking, carpooling, transit. There are so many alternatives. They're all represented here today. If you think about the challenge climate change poses, look at the children who are participating today and think about what kind of world they will be inheriting if we don't do a little better job. And the better job is exemplified by what Dennis Story and KK and Alex and Supervisor Wolf and Councilman House are doing. The team is here, the system is here, the Air District is here, Amtrak is here. There's no way to say that there aren't available, attractive alternatives for every family in the South Coast. So please enjoy.
Thank you very much, Lee. Thank you. You know, a little while ago, I was looking out at the train tracks, and just like now, there was no train there. And then all of a sudden, a second later, I was talking to Mark Collier, and I turned around, and then there was a train there. Well, Mark Collier is the magician who probably made that train show up. We want to really appreciate him for going along on the ride every year. Mark Collier, thank you very much for your magic. There's nothing that a little magic and 25 million Measure A dollars can't provide. You know, we're just really getting on the way toward having the kind of commuter rail that we've all been envisioning for a long time. New opportunities for scheduling and cooperation with Metrolink and with Amtrak in this entire corridor, with LOSAN organizing and re-looking at the entire scheduling for the whole system. There's one person who's been keeping on top of this the whole time, one person who really understands this better than anyone else here locally, and that's Dennis Story. Dennis, come on up here and give us a briefing on where things stand.
You got to give me my script. I wrote this, but you know, I got a bad memory, so he's going to help me out with this. But I wanted to kind of tell the story here of what we're doing here. First of all, Amtrak started National Train Day 4 years ago, and we've done an event here every year since then. And we try to have a good time. We've got this train ride for you to have fun with for the kids. And we want to take a moment to talk about what's going on. And We have a new player in the game here. His name is Gene Skoropowski, and he works for HNTB, a large engineering firm, where he's consulting on this low sand corridor between San Diego and San Luis Obispo. That's a long area, covers a lot of counties, a lot of towns, and he's trying to make things work better. And one of the things he's doing is taking up the cause of what I've been doing for almost 10 years, is why don't we have a commuter train from Ventura to Santa Barbara for those people that drive up here every day and go back every night, and who shouldn't have to drive their car alone every day. It's a no-brainer, right, folks? It's a no-brainer. So what do we do about that? Well, we've had a number of conferences where we brought Michael Dukakis here to town, and he's a great champion of rail, a former board member of Amtrak. And when we asked him, in fact, Salud Carbajal, the supervisor here, asked him, who can help us with this? We've been doing this, he's been back here 3 years, and who can help us with this? And he said, Gene Skoropowski. And who? Gene Skoropowski? Who's that? And he is the head of the Capital Corridor that runs between Sacramento and San Jose. He built that system from 3 trains to 16 trains, and he retired in November of '09 and immediately went to work for HNTB Engineering. And immediately he came back to California as a consultant to work on our corridor to make it run better. And he now has our plan to put commuter rail between Ventura and here on his schedule. And he says completion in 2012. Can you believe that? Feet to the fire. We're going to talk to him. We're going to make sure it happens, right? So it may be a Metrolink train. And Metrolink comes up to Ventura, but it doesn't come any farther. So why not have a Metrolink train from Ventura come up here and go back? Makes sense, right? Well, I sure appreciate all of you showing up here. We're going to have it bigger and better next year. And thank you for being here, and especially that we have some coverage in the newspaper, and we have a videotape of this that'll be replayed, and so you'll all get to see yourselves on TV. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dennis. Thank you for your leadership. I just want to acknowledge Gary Atkins Sound, who's taking care of the sound today. He always does a masterful job. Let's appreciate him for that. Thank you, Gary. And Larry Zimmer, who's doing the work today on the video machine. Larry Nimmer. Boy, I'm bad, you guys. Larry Nimmer, you can cut that last one out. There you go. Larry Nimmer, who's on the videography machine there, cranking it away back there. Keep it even, buddy, okay? Anyway, it's just really a joy to be with all of you. And you're the ones here today who are to be appreciated. Thank you very much for your support of rail. Thank you for your support for commuter rail. Thank you for your support for the future of transportation. Thank you all very much. And now, if any of you are here who want to ask questions, you have a great group of folks here that would love to answer them for you. So anybody got some questions? We're right here for you.
Well, hi, and you are?
I'm Dino Frangos.
And what do you have?
We got a train store called Dino's Train Shop.
Where is it?
On Milpa Street.
And how's it doing?
It's doing okay. We're pretty seasonal. It's like November, December. Around Christmas, everybody has their trains that go around the Christmas trees. But we have a few diehards that do this stuff all year round.
Now, what was train model collecting popular more in the 60s, or what's the deal?
1950s, the biggest toy manufacturer in the world was Lionel Trains. But that was before TV, that was before it came in. The family used to sit there and they were playing with trains. Plus, it's always the East Coast. Everybody had basements. Bad weather, you went down and played with the trains. So a lot of that stuff's come over. And what it's amazing, Santa Barbara still has interest because we've got the main railroad coming right through town. You see the trains all the time. And the kids love it. It's just a great big source of power they love to play with.
So it's a healthy hobby, huh?
Yeah, it's a healthy hobby, you know. Teach you electricity, teach you how to work with things, and just, it's kind of fun.
And what's the name of the store and where is it?
Dino's Train Shop at 320 North Milpas.
Okay, nice to see you.
Thank you.
Hello, I'm Ken Kelly, and I'm representing the 3 railroad clubs in Santa Barbara that deal with these kinds of layouts. One of our purposes is, just like Coast Railway, is to get interest in railroading and seeing how young people can actually create and learn the techniques of railroading. This particular layout represents my own hobby. I was not born in Santa Barbara, but came here at 3 years old and have enjoyed the roundhouse, the freight station, the ice packing house, and of course the Santa Barbara train station, which has been here since 1905. So part of this is history. We're trying to recreate exactly what it looked like during the heyday of the railroading in Santa Barbara, which was World War II. If you have any questions, I'll try to answer them.
Well, tell me, do people still have the hobby of collecting model trains or building them?
Oh, absolutely. It's probably one of the largest hobbies in the country. It has become very popular now that gas prices are so high and you can stay home and enjoy your modeling right in your own house.
Now, did you work professionally with trains, and tell me about that?
Well, actually, I'm an Air Force pilot, so I flew airplanes, but my hobby has been railroading all my life. And I have actually been on the daylight steam engine about 3 or 4 times, riding it. And I also have engineered a couple of steam engines, which is one of my thrills. Fillmore and Western down south of here has a new steam engine that I helped restore. And it's one of the things that you can still ride as a steam engine.
Now, where in Southern California can people find good train trips or installations?
You mean building it yourself or where to go to?
Where to go?
There are a lot of, the place that I would recommend is becoming familiar with one of the clubs in Santa Barbara that shares your interest. There's HO gauge, smaller, O gauge, there's garden railroading, and all of these different railroads have a different following. But if you get connected with one of those organizations, you'll learn a lot of how to find equipment, how to build things, and how to enjoy them.
And then to actually ride trains, what train trips do you suggest in this area?
Well, some of my favorite train rides are right along the coast here. The Santa Fe has rebuilt one of their largest steam engines that goes down to San Diego quite often, at least once or twice a year, and it's rideable. We have the 4449, the last surviving daylight engine, that is out of Portland, and it takes a trip once or twice a year too that you can usually get the ride on if you like steam engines. Other trains go almost anywhere. In fact, there's a train that comes through Santa Barbara that goes up to San Luis Obispo for a luncheon and then returns. So there are trains. You just have to look on the internet or talk to some club member.
Now, would you recommend parents to have their kids get involved in model trains, and if so, why?
I think it is an excellent hobby for young kids, mainly because they learn the skills of electricity, modeling, history. It teaches so much. Before television, all of our industry leaders probably played with and built train layouts as youngsters before they became involved with industry. So it's a tremendous background in learning all of the skills that you need for life.
And then they might also be more inclined to support trains when they're older?
I think that they will support trains when they're older only because it is a wonderful way to travel. You don't have to worry about driving in crowded freeways, and you can sit down and have a good meal and enjoy the scenery.
Thank you.
Good visitors!
Hey, Eli, turn around.
What are you making? A train cookie?
Looks, I'm gonna eat it. I'm gonna eat it.
So who are you and why are you here today?
Hello, my name is Arely Arroyo. I'm here to celebrate National Train Day. I had the opportunity to ride the train this morning to Ventura, and I saw the children were really enjoying the train, which they are the future, and it's very pleasant to see that they're enjoying and having a sense on what train is.
Where are you from?
I'm originally from Mexico.
And are trains a big deal in Mexico?
It is, but I wish it were more. I wish it was more.
And why is it important to use trains?
These days, based on the economy, it's good to use. It's better financially. Also, we help the environment, which is the most important thing, to help the environment at this point, based on all the modern nature is changing, and we need to help in a way to improve the environment.
Hi, who are you and why are you here?
I'm John Blaubach. I'm a member of the National Railroad Passengers Association, which is the nationwide advocacy group to get people to encourage to ride the train and show them all the benefits of it.
And what are the benefits?
Well, there's ease of travel, there is relaxing and not having me stressed out in traffic, there's the economics of not having to pay $4 to $5 a gallon in gas, and there's the multiplexing. You can do other things while you're on the train.
Yeah. I was just going to say, I just took the train from Carpinteria to Santa Barbara, and talking about relaxing, the woman across from me had her blanket on, was eating a banana. If traveling with your blanket around you, just kind of gazing out the window, you can't beat it, huh?
Yeah. Yeah. Or did you also notice perhaps your same cars were equipped with electrical outlets? You could bring a laptop computer along and get some work done.
Nice.
A lot of kids, families will bring them along, and they have movies for their children to watch to keep them occupied when the scenery keeps going on the longer trips. And in the next few years, all Amtrak routes are going to be Wi-Fi equipped, that you can access the internet while you're working and traveling along.
Okay, and do you suggest any train trips for people to take?
Well, from around here, it's very easy to get to Los Angeles with 6 departures each way south. There's only 2 trains a day that go north of here, except for the 4 that go up to Goleta, of course.
And where do the ones go north of here?
Well, the one that you came up on terminates in San Luis Obispo, and that is the one we're hoping someday will go all the way to downtown San Francisco, become the Coast Daylight.
Now, I know sometimes they have a hard time keeping to their schedule. Any thoughts about that?
Some of that has to do with freight rail interference. Some of it may have...
Did you say freight rail?
Yeah, interference, although on this line there's not much freight rail anymore. Some of it just may... It's the age and the switches and the infrastructure. When you get north of Point Conception, there's still some passing tracks that have manually thrown switches.
So that may change in the future and help things, right?
Yeah, so that when they get automated, you won't have to spend 5 minutes where the train stops, the conductor throws the switch, you pull in the passing track, goes forward, walks back, throws the switch, gets back on, you go to the end of the track, wait for the opposing passenger train with priority to go through, and repeat the same procedure.
Okay, any parting words about the importance of trains?
Yeah, well, if those of you that are waiting for the commuter trains coming up here, one of the big things we need is a passing track somewhere between south of La Conchita, where the last one ends, and Milpa Street, where the first starts here. That's 21 miles.
And how can anybody help to get one of those?
Well, some of our Measure A tax dollars will eventually be going towards one. Probably it'll be built somewhere between Santa Claus Lane and Summerlin.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, well, thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Hi, and you are?
Hi, I'm Aaron Reddy from La Conchita.
What are your thoughts?
I love commuter rail. We took advantage of the event today. Our kids love riding on the train. We truly believe that there's opportunities with rail and decreasing the amount of traffic on the freeway. There are some safety concerns just because of how quiet the trains are now.
Yeah, they're quieter than they used to be. Huh?
They are quieter, which we appreciate in La Conchita. The horns are still really loud, but it's overall in support of this. Yeah, so great overall opportunity here that we have with rail. And
now people have been hit though because they're quiet, right?
Yes, we did have an older resident here probably 5 or 6 years ago who was walking along the train tracks and didn't hear it. And he used the train tracks actually to travel between La Conchita and Carpinteria. And
by foot, you mean?
By foot. So both him and his dog unfortunately were hit by the train. But most of the kids in town know not to get near the train tracks at all and just know the importance of the safety.
And it can come up on you pretty quick if you're not aware of it, right?
No question. It can come up very quickly. And so, again, the seamless tracks have many perks, yet the safety is an issue.
What's the deal with the seamless tracks? How's that different than it used to be?
I think the seamless tracks, and that's what keeps them, so you don't hear the clickety clack like you usually do. And then also and I'm not a train expert in any way, but I do appreciate, Union Pacific taking in consideration those that live along the tracks just for quiet reasons. But I think that's a lot of it is that, at least from what I understand, they removed the seams, and then also over the sections where passenger cars cross the tracks are also quieter as well.
Okay. Well, keep up the good vibes in LC.
Thank you, Larry. Thanks, everyone.
Go trains! Go trains! Go
What's your name and what's your interest in trains?
My name is Jim Felland, and I'm a member of a couple of groups here in town. I just like model railroading and build trains in a layout. I have a HO layout, and I'm also part of the Coast Toy Train Club, which collects Lionel and Mark's trains. And I like to collect and run the O-gauge trains as well as the smaller trains. And I just love trains.
Now, what do the train clubs do?
For instance, our South Coast Society of Model Engineers, that club, we go as kind of a round robin group. And we go to different homes for their layouts. And then we meet every third Wednesday. And in the Coast Toy Train Club, we meet the very last Wednesday of each month. And we get together and just talk about Lionel trains and things like that.
What type of person is typically a train enthusiast? All types?
All types, all ages, from kids on up to the big kids like we are. So.
And just men or men and women?
There are a few women, but mostly men in our groups. But there are women in the, that do modeling, but just very few of them right now.
Can you give any contact info if somebody wants to find out about a club? Where would they go, or who would they contact?
There's a website. I don't have it right now.
What's the name of the organization?
The South Coast Society of Model Engineers.
So you could Google that.
You could Google that, yes. And then the Coast Toy Train Club. And you could Google that too, and get those.
And anything else about why people should be interested in trains or why they're good?
I would say it's a lot of fun. And people who like you know, love trains naturally gravitate toward these groups, you know. But I just love trains, and I love to collect them and run them.
Is it an expensive hobby?
It can be.
But it doesn't have to be.
But it doesn't have to be, no. So you can start
part of it building them or laying them out, or?
Well, there's scenery making, electrical work. There's a lot of phases in it. Electrical, scenery making, the companionship of the groups, things of that sort. So it's just a lot of things put together.
What train trips around here do you like?
I'm sorry?
What train rides around here do you like?
Oh, I like the train. I used to be in a group with the South Coast Railroad Museum, and we were docents. And it was part of the Trails and Rails system. And we would ride on the train from Santa Barbara up to San Luis Obispo, and then get off and do a docent, you know, a docent trip up that way, and get off at San Luis Obispo, then get on the southbound train, come back to Santa Barbara. And that was enjoyable, riding those trains.
What train museums are in this area?
Well, the South Coast Railroad Museum.
Where's that?
Out in Goleta. And
anything in Ventura or LA?
That I'm not. The one over in Fillmore and Western, there's a nice railroad group over there. San Luis Obispo has a railroad group up there.
Any last words about railroading hobby?
Just Google some of those train layouts that I talked about, and come and join us.
So tell me, how did you guys, why are you here?
Well, my son is having a birthday party in Oxnard, but we didn't want to stay in Oxnard, so we continued on to Santa Barbara.
And where are you from?
Huntington Beach. We got on in Santa Ana, fairly freeway close to the house.
And what was the trip like?
Very pleasant.
Very fun.
Yeah.
And good cookies, too.
Good what?
Cookies.
Oh, nice. Okay. Anything else you want to say about why people should ride trains?
Love the train, because you can drink and drive, for one thing. It's very nice.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Edit.
You are?
Hi, I'm Molly Pearson. I'm with the Air Pollution Control District, and I'm here representing the Car Free program. APCD and other partners have been running this program since 1998, and we encourage tourists to come to Santa Barbara car free and stay here car free. Use transit, use rail, use bikes, walk around, enjoy our city in a car free way.
Why is it important to be car free?
Well, there are many ways to travel, and the motor vehicle is not the only one. And a lot of people here are very aware of the air pollution that comes from motor vehicles, and just we're trying to provide another way to enjoy the city without cars.
What does your organization do?
Our Air Pollution Control District, it's our mission to protect the people and the environment of Santa Barbara from air pollution. So we regulate stationary sources of air pollution. We also have all kinds of outreach programs, and we review land use projects to make sure that air quality impacts are mitigated. Basically, we're making sure that the best technology is being used to control air pollution.
And do you ride the train yourself?
I do. I enjoy the train. I have 2 young boys, and we do take train trips occasionally.
How are trains on the environment?
Well, if they're used right and they're clean trains, they can be a great choice to take, and their impacts can be fairly minimal.
Okay. Any other messages to the folks out in TV land?
Just come enjoy our city car free and take advantage of all the deals. Go to go to Santa Barbara carfree.org. I don't know if you want to take that again.
What was that again?
It's Santa Barbara carfree.org, and we have some discounts and ways to enjoy Santa Barbara in a car free way.
Okay. Is that both for out-of-towners and people who live here?
Yes, it's mostly geared towards tourists, but out-of-towners can also take advantage of the discounts if you're taking the train. And we encourage people to get their friends and family to come to Santa Barbara car free and take advantage of those things.
Well, what do you think about the transit system within Santa Barbara, Goleta, and Carpinteria?
The transit system, I'm sure it can always be improved, but agencies are looking at ways to improve transit.
But it certainly helps the environment using rapid transit, right?
Yes, it's a great transportation alternative. Yeah.
And it goes a lot of places here in town, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Anything else?
No, I don't have anything else.
Come on, something else?
Thanks for celebrating National Train Day with us.
Take your bike here?
Yeah.
So you can take bikes on the train?
Definitely.
Where'd you come from?
San Diego.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Have a good visit.
Thank you.
So, did you just take the train?
Yes, we all did.
Where'd you come from?
Came from Oceanside.
What was the train trip like?
It was fabulous. We've done this 4 years in a row now on Train Day.
Oceanside's near San Diego, right?
Yes,
How long's the ride from there to Santa Barbara?
Only about 2.5 hours. It's very short. It's very beautiful. We love it. Last year there were 70 of us that came down, and this year there's about 40.
Really? And what's your group?
Just a lot of good friends. That's just it. A lot of good friends. We love Train Day, so we come down for it.
And then when you ride here without a car, how do you get around?
We just walk. Go down to the pier, go over to the yacht club, go into town, enjoy the wineries, enjoy the food. We love it. Every year we do it. Thank you very much. Bye.
So, where did you come from?
Simi Valley.
Simi Valley?
Yeah.
What was the trip like?
It was good. It was really nice.
Beautiful.
What?
Beautiful
Enjoyed the
view.
view.
And the cafeteria. Oh, that was nice. She had a hot dog.
Oh, on the train? Was it good?
Yes. Good.
How long's the trip from Simi Valley?
An hour and a half. Hour and a half. Yeah.
And now when you get here, will you just walk around or take the bus?
Yes, yeah, we're gonna go to the zoo. We're gonna take the trolley, go to the zoo, and then downtown, and go walk to the beach. Yeah.
He's the first time he's coming from El Salvador.
Yes, he's here
Really?
from
Oh, welcome from El Salvador.
He's here from Houston.
My dad is from Houston.
Oh, welcome. Now, do you take the train anywhere else from Simi Valley?
I did once to San Diego. It was really nice.
Or San Obispo.
Yeah, my son was taking that to San Luis Obispo.
Yeah.
So, would you recommend the use of the train?
Oh, definitely.
It's
Yeah.
so comfortable.
So cool.
It's so
Very comfortable.
Yeah.
Thanks, folks.
Thank you.
Happy Train Day.
Happy Train Day.
What are you doing right now? Are you reading?
We're reading. We just got a book, Thomas the Tank Engine.
We're waiting for our husband, my husband, and reading the book.
Where'd you take the train from?
We took it from here, and then we went down to Carpinteria, and we had breakfast, and then walked around a little bit, and then came back.
Is it a good family trip?
It was wonderful. Awesome. Yeah. Did you? I'll show them.
So where did you guys just come from?
Los Angeles.
And have you taken the train up here before?
Oh yes.
Yes.
So you do this regularly. You love. What do you like about it?
It's relaxing.
The wharf, to go out on the wharf and eat. Go downtown. Take the bikes, ride around.
And you meet people coming up here.
Very interesting.
And you look out the window and you have to leave everything behind and just concentrate on what you're doing, traveling.
Nice.
Yeah, I like that.
And you come just for the day and go back?
Just for the day and go back.
That's great.
Yes.
Yeah.
And was the train on time?
On time.
On time.
And anything, other reasons why you recommend it to others?
Well, it's just a nice day to get away from all the things that you go through in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Traffic.
And you can just relax on the drive up. Huh?
And one thing that was done I thought was very tactful by the attendant. You know, you have the seating for 4 and there's a table in the middle. Even though there's a sign on there that says 3 or more, sometimes 2 people try to get in that space. And so we know that we were a group of 4. And so the attendant said, don't worry about it. When I check your tickets, those that should be there will be there. And it was very pleasant. So, you know, so regulations are good.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Okay, bye-bye.
Yeah?
My husband and I, we decided to come to Santa Barbara for a couple of days. We didn't want to...
From where?
From San Jose. So it was about an 8-hour trip on the train. It was relaxing. The scenery was wonderful. It was quiet. And it was great. Now we're returning home to San Jose. Yeah.
Works out good.
Well, we'd like to do it again. We have friends who do it once a year from Berkeley to Santa Barbara.
Have you taken a train trip anywhere else?
It was many years ago. We brought our kids when they were 4th grade and 7th grade. We did the same trip, but that was in the 80s.
So do you think you'll do more of this?
I hope so, yeah. Yeah, it was great.
Was it different in any way than you thought it would be?
More space for sitting. That was very pleasant.
It was very comfortable?
Very comfortable, yeah. And the Wi-Fi didn't work out too well. But
it was intermittent or something?
Yeah, I couldn't get it going, but maybe it was just me.
Sometimes us older than 25 folks have a harder time with the Wi-Fi.
That's very true. Very much older than 25. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Another mistake, we counted the pigeons up on the roof. There's only one today. I got too many pigeons.
I love it, man. That's really good.
Hi, Mike. How you doing? Not too good, my battery.
Go to Lionel.com for a free Lionel catalog.
His very first train ride.
This is his first train ride?
First train ride. Hey.
Did he seem to enjoy it?
Did you like your train ride?
Yeah.
Was it fun?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where did you come from?
Where do we live? What city? Irvine, California.
Oh, nice. You came from Irvine?
Yes, we did.
And have you been up here to Santa Barbara before?
Yeah, but never on the train. So it's the first train ride.
And was it easy to do or hard or?
Piece of cake.
Really?
Piece of cake. Yeah.
And did it come more or less on time?
It was right on time. Right on time. Exactly. Had a good time, huh?
Yeah.
And what are you gonna just spend the day and go back?
We're gonna go back tomorrow.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so we're gonna spend the night and have some fun today, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, what do you have there? You got a train book, huh?
Yeah.
And can I see this train? Let's see.